Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my F1 2018 career mode. Today we are here for the penultimate race of season 5 for the Brazilian Grand Prix. But if you guys did miss yesterday's episode, then do check out the Mexican Grand Prix, guys. There's going to be spoiler alert literally right now because I'm going to be talking about other things that happened in that race. So I do urge you to go check that one out first before arriving at this race. Also, check out yesterday's episode because there's a poll in that video and it's going to be selecting my team for season 6. I want you guys to go over there. If you haven't already done so, please vote and let me know what team you'd like me to drive for in season 6 of career mode. Now, with that being said, let's move into this episode, and I've given you plenty of time now to avoid spoilers, but pretty much as you saw last time out, we won both championships, drivers and constructors in the bag. So therefore, for the last 2 races of the season, we're going to do a last question mark challenge. Now, as you just saw a moment ago, we do have sunny conditions expected for the race weekend. Also, we do have a major aero upgrade, which is for the drag reduction. So as you can see, that's going to mean we do take a nice little jump forward and catch up to Ferrari, Renault and Sauber in the top 4 race. And also combine that aero upgrade with a brand new power unit for this race weekend, and we should have some pretty decent straight line speed and overall pace. If you combine that as well with the fact that this is the first time I've raced Brazil since the patch got released, and Brazil is a track that traditionally the AI are very strong around here, so I should be able to push a little bit harder than what I normally would around this circuit. So the combination of factors of a new engine, a new aero package should be pretty decent for us. And also, I've got more news because as you can see, the halo is grey. Why is the halo grey? I've been teasing it on Twitter and on the community post all day long. But for these last 2 races, I decided to, you know what, put a new livery on the Mercedes car. Which livery? Well, you can pretty much guess it. It's going to be the actual real life 2019 livery of the Mercedes car for the last 2 races. A little treat for you guys, and hope you guys do appreciate it. And yeah, we're going to run this livery for the last 2 races, this one and the final race in Abu Dhabi. But if you guys do go to enjoy the video, drop a like and subscribe if you are new, guys. And without further ado, obviously no qualifying. We're starting from the back of the grid, so we're going to cut straight into the race on Sunday at Brazil and see how this race goes. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be an exciting race. Brazil is always one of my favourites. So with that being said, let's jump into it. It's time for round number 20 in the penultimate race and the Brazilian Grand Prix. Let's do this.
As surely as the sun rises in the morning, the Brazilian Grand Prix packs out the grandstands and creates incredible drama. Title deciders, heartbreak, triumph and home glory. All these and more can be found in abundance here at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7 mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if of course the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson joins me again for the race today. Let's talk about Martinez. What a season they've had. A well-deserved championship victory, and the pressure now surely off with the title already in the bag.
It really is well-deserved. I wouldn't say it's been a faultless title challenge, but certainly one that has been consistent and well-managed. Here's hoping they let off a bit of steam today and give us an exciting race.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hülkenberg, Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen and Sainz, Alonso, Verstappen, Gasly and Sergio Perez, Van Dorn, Ocon, Lance Stroll and Sirotkin, Ericsson. They've taken a grid penalty. Magnussen, Brendan Hartley and Roman Grosjean. Martinez and Daniel Ricciardo rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Right then, here we are on the grid for the Brazilian Grand Prix. We start the race from P19, not quite last, but you know, we did have enough penalties, so somehow someone's got even more penalties than me on the grid. But it's still going to be pretty much a last question mark challenge, and let's see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've done one of these where you just start from the back and hopefully try your best. We've got a brand new engine, as you guys know, in the back of the car, And also, brand new paint job, and generally speaking, I feel confident the setup's pretty good, and I'm going to walk you guys through that now. First of all, race strategy, you can see on screen, softs onto mediums is the recommended, although I don't think tyre wear is quite accurate on this, because obviously we don't do the tyre wear test program, so there is a possibility we could go softs a bit longer, and then go into super softs, but I do think that might be the best strategy though, softs onto the mediums and do the one-stop strategy. No rain expected here today as well, which is good, and fuel-wise we are 2 laps over. I don't want to be too light or too heavy, but I do want to have some in reserve to be aggressive when it comes to making overtakes. Now, in terms of the car setup, as you can see, we are running 2.8 wings, then 65/80 on the differentials. Then on the suspension geometry, we have almost full right camber. It's 1 click off from being completely to the right. Rear camber 2 clicks away, and then full left toe, and then rear toe is actually 1 click to the right from being full left. Then we've got suspension, as you can see there, 2275/35. And then finally we have the brakes. These are my personal preference, 82/54. That's what I like to run. Although I will say that for the race, I'm going to push it up to 56 for the brake bias, because if you guys don't know, obviously I run 54, maybe 52 in qualifying, because when the car's got less fuel in it, you can actually really attack the racetrack more. The car's lighter, so you can get away with running more rearward brakes. When you've got a full tank of fuel in the car, if you run 52 or 54 brake bias, especially 52, the car is just too heavy, so the back end just comes around on the braking, so you need to move the brake bias forward, especially for the first part of the race, at least until the fuel burns off a little bit. Then you can maybe go back to 54, but generally speaking, you want to try and stay away from 52 in the race. But 56 is what we're going to start the race with, and then we've got the tyre pressures, as you can see there, 23.4, 21.1, and finally the weight distribution, aka the ballast, on level 8. So yeah, that's the setup, and also that was the race strategy, as you saw just a moment ago. And we're going to get straight into this race and hopefully have a little bit of fun. 50% race around Interlagos, starting from the back, and a brand new engine in the back of the Mercedes. Let's see how it goes. We've also got the upgrade as well, for the drag reduction on the aero, so hopefully we should be a little bit quicker than usual. But with that being said, let's jump into it here and let's see how this race gets underway. It's time for round 20 for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Let's go. Right, here we go. Let's get the revs up here, get in the sweet spot. Lights are on and they are off. Away we go. Decent start actually to say we're on the soft compound tyres, but Ricciardo does get a good start on the super softs there in the Red Bull. Ricciardo on the inside, so I can't really do much about it. I'm going to try and go around the outside though and hold on to it. There we go, job done. Ricciardo actually dropping back quite a bit there. I'm not sure what happened to Daniel. Might have to catch that on a replay. But Danny Rick dropping back a little bit. We've also lost a little bit of ground to the cars in front, but that's fine because they're all going to start holding themselves up as we go up into sector number 2. Especially this brake zone now. You go for this double right and then you go into the hairpin and everyone brakes so early. Magnussen, they're a little bit slow. We are going to slip down the inside of both of the Haas cars here, Grosjean included. Just making sure we avoid him hanging around the outside, squeezing on the throttle. And there we go, P17 so far. Brendan Hartley up next in the Toro Rosso. We're all over the back of him here. Good traction out of there. Just need to also wait for these soft tyres to really hit the sweet spot when it comes to temperature and grip. Here we go, out the final corner then, of what is considered to be the last corner. I don't think it is officially, but here we go. Slipstream on Hartley. I'm curious to see how the tyres perform here again. First time I've raced here since the new patch, so in the past I have struggled with tyre temperature issues around here, so it'll be interesting because it's also a track where the AI are a little bit quicker than normal, so we need that extra bit of performance to be able to push to the max to match the AI's strong pace around this circuit. But so far P17 onto lap 2 and a couple of battles here and there, but generally speaking it's looking pretty tasty so far. Stroll there getting fastly one of the Saubers. I think it's Marcus Ericsson, you'd expect it to be anyway. Okay, let's make sure we get a good exit here, stay close to Hartley if possible. You can still see though we're still down on straight line speed compared to the AR. They are so fast on the straights. Grosjean behind, no DRS just yet, so nothing's going to really happen. We are still hitting 350 Ks, which is pretty incredible to say the least. The DRS now enabled here on lap 3. But the AI are so good through sector 1. They get such good and perfect traction. It's so hard to really get a run on any of these guys. Grosjean here getting a run on me, but he's not going to go for any kind of move. I'm going to stop him from doing that. But sector 2 is my strong point, so we've got to make it count really. Oh, Hartley goes defensive. That's going to put him on the back foot big time here. We pick up the traction. Hartley runs wide, side by side with the Toro Rosso. We're going to pick up DRS. I think he will as well from the Williams in front. Here we go, drag race. Harley doesn't have DRS, so that's going to be a simple move for me. And there we go, job done. Up into P16. Up next, Sergei Sorokin in the Williams. Let's try and begin to hunt him down and make these moves one by one. I've already made a tweak to the balance, so I'm going to go for a little bit more front wing in the pit stops. I'm going to go for 3.8 wings, up from 2.8. And also brake bars, I've switched that down to 54 because I'm not liking 56. It's giving me a little bit too much front locking, so we're going to try and move it back a little bit. Sorokin doesn't have DRS on anybody, so he should be pretty vulnerable here. I don't think I'll be able to get the run to turn 1, but if we can stay close and then maybe get him out of turn 2 down towards turn 4. That's what I'm talking about. That's good. That'll do. That's good enough for me. Here we go. Let's get the run on the Sorokin here. Right on the outside. Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. Good move. Had to really leave that one late on the brakes. Had to use third gear actually, which is something I never really do through turn 4, but we got it done. I can definitely tell the AI are quite strong for pace around here because I'm faster through sector 2, but I'm not really that great through 1 or 3. So I need my second sectors to be perfect every single lap to really make my pace count in this car. Right, same again here. Personal best. I ran that entire lap in rich mix and also hot lap / overtake mode to try and maximise my pace, but we're now within range of Stroll. He's a little bit better off than Sorokin when it comes to traction out of there, so I might not be on him down towards turn 4, but maybe on the exit.
Okay, some information on Perez. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Okay, Perez, he's in front, so he's got trouble. That's okay, that's good news for me. But we're starting to put the pressure on Stroll here, and shouldn't be too long before we make a move on this Williams car, I think. Okay, Stroll goes defensive. Again, like Hartley, that's going to put him on the back foot quite badly here. On the exit, the Williams holds on for now. But we're going to start pulling him in here. There we go, to the inside. DRS opens Stroll, giving me a good old nudge there. Turning into me on the straight, but we do get the move done. And we are now at P14. You can see the trainer cars in front. This is looking promising so far. I think Leclerc has either got car trouble or has got damage, one or the other, because there's a train of cars here which lead up to like maybe P4. So this is definitely looking good so far. It's looking very promising position-wise and strategy-wise. Just depends if I can go for the one-stopper and also how long I take these tyres. But right now things are looking very good indeed. Perez clearly struggling here. We're just going to be patient. Focus on our exit. There we go. Now I should pick up the DRS. Just hold the inside line. And there we go. Pretty straightforward overtake. Just got to make sure Stroll doesn't get the 2 for 1 here because he's looking pretty quick. There we go. That's well defended. So we're P13 now. Esteban Ocon in the other Racing Point Force India up next. Let's hunt him down and try and get that move done, but we're making decent progress now that we've got through that initial phase. Actually, hang on a minute, Stroll's coming back at me here. Going to have to actually defend. That Williams is pretty fast on the straight still. There we go. Hopefully now I can shake him off in the middle sector of this lap because he keeps on hanging on because of the bloody DRS. As I was saying though, let's try and keep on making this progress. You can see all those trainer cars in front of us.
Strategy is available on the MFT.
New strategy, let's have a look.
Copy.
I'll stick with the original, thank you. But like I said, you can see the trainer cars in front, so let's try and make some progress here and catch up to these guys. As we have a yellow flag behind, I think. We'll find out in a moment what exactly has happened. For now, we're going to keep on getting a head down. Magnussen's retired, there you go, that's the confirmation. We have an early safety car VSC in this race. It's been a while since we've had a safety car VSC in career mode, to be fair, especially a safety car, but looks like we're going to have to wait a little bit longer because we ain't getting one anytime soon. Decent end to the lap there. We actually open up a nice gap to Stroll. I'm going to have a look at my tyres as well in a minute, see what they're doing. There you go, tyre we're looking pretty good so far. Definitely enough tyres for another 20 laps. So at the minute, it's looking like a one-stopper and we're going to go into the super softs this race. And we've got to try and get to lap 21 or 22 on these tyres, which is looking very doable at the moment. So let's keep doing that. Let's keep putting in the work, putting in the laps, but also making sure we save the tyres. Decent lap, matching them by personal best there. I'm going to stop using rich mix now. I want to try and save some rich mix for later on. So we're just going to use the ERS modes pretty much and try and burn up the battery a little bit. It's a brand new battery, so you can definitely abuse it and get the maximum performance out of it. My teammate pits in. Quite an early stop, to be fair. That's maybe 2 stops territory. So we'll see what happens now. I'm actually going to make a change. I was going to go for 3 front wing, but I'm going to go back to 2 because now the fuel's burnt off a little bit. Things feel good. And I think it's also, we are going to transition over to super softs on the pit stop. So that should be fine. That should give us enough front end grip to feel okay on track. We're going to rejoin the track though. I'll show us here. Lewis is going to rejoin. Neck and neck with me here. He's another set of super softs.
Deployment mode to prevent this.
Right, there's Lewis. I'm not going to fight him. I'll let him go. Hopefully he can set some pace with those tyres, and I'll try and hold up Sebastian behind and see if Lewis can get a move on. I could have maybe attacked Lewis more there, but there's no point. I mean, we've won the championships, so I just want Lewis to secure that runner-up position in the championship, and he was leading. He's the net race leader right now, so he's hoping Lewis can pull away and put in work. Meanwhile, Sebastian now is on us. I'm running max engine modes. Seb's going to go to the outside. So late on the brakes, can't match that, unfortunately. I would have liked to have defended a bit more, but wasn't going to be the case. So Vettel makes the move relatively easily and unchallenged, but that's fine. Pretty much speaking now, if we're going for the 1 stop this race and onto supers, we're racing Vettel now for position and Raikkonen behind because they're going to have another stop left. And we're going to have the advantage because we're going to be on super softs at the end. So it's important that we stick with this pack as much as we can. So let's try and utilise Ocon here, who's in front of Vettel, as an opportunity to try and stay with Sebastian as long as we can. Lewis sets the pace, 106. And Vettel makes the move on Ocon, which is fair enough. Did I nab some DRS there? I'm not sure. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Okay, it's fair enough. Hopefully I'm within Ocon's DRS this lap though, if possible. Right, we do have DRS on Ocon here as Ericsson pits in. Personal best. Ocon does go defensive. A little lock up there. Tyres are not exactly fresh anymore, neither are his, but we are going to get a strong exit out of turn 2 through turn 3, and this should be a fairly simple move. On the worst car on the grid, we're going to go to the inside this time. And we are past Ocon, and job done, P4. Let's keep this going now. Car's working well, good pace here as we approach half race distance. Ocon pits in, that's going to release Kimi Raikkonen, Leclerc in the pit lane as well in the Sauber. So we're now P3 in this race, and Raikkonen setting the pace. He's going to be on me fairly soon, but that's okay. So right now, we're in a net P3 based off of strategy. So we need to make this count. Even if we lose the pace of Raikkonen, it's important to still stay on the pace. If we can get to lap 21, 22, that'd be great. Okay, I got decent traction out of the final corner. But Raikkonen is trying to catch me. I don't think he's going to be close enough then to turn 1, which is good news. So he's going to have to wait a little bit longer here. Focus on our exit. There we go, that's a decent exit through there, considering how old my tyres are. Kimi's going to try again, he's got the slipstream, but again, I don't think he's close enough. No, he's not. We're going to hold on. This is perfect for us. Can I hold on one more time up the hill? I think we can. There we go. So Kimi can't make it work first time round. Okay, I think this time might be a little bit too much. Raikkonen got a better exit. He's closer, although not close enough again. The brand new engine paying off, you know. Kimi can't get enough of a run on me. Good exit through there again, but again, Raikkonen's extra close this time. I'd be surprised if he doesn't pull it off down the straight. We're going to go cover off the inside, show Kimi the long way around. Kimi brakes late, a little bit of contact there. Potentially my fault for coming back onto the racing line a little bit. But again, Kimi doesn't make the move. Track extension warning there, got to be careful with those. We dip a wheel into the grass, is that going to put Kimi on me? No, it doesn't. He doesn't commit to a move. Raikkonen just can't get past at the minute. He just can't seem to get the momentum. There's my current tyre wear. Pretty well balanced. Kimi again is going to try and go for it here. He's closer, but still he just can't. He runs out of straight. He doesn't have enough. Lap 20 though, we're making it. We're starting to make the strategy work, which I didn't really expect to be honest, but it is working. Kimi's close this time, really close. We're going to have to go defensive again here. Kimi around the outside. He's going to try and have a look, but again, no way through. And we hold on. Meanwhile, we've got both Renaults, a Renault, a McLaren and a Sauber behind battling away, so they're not catching. So right now, this P3 is looking pretty good at the minute, considering the tyres we're going to be on afterwards. We just need to hold on for 1 or 2 more laps. Preferably, if I can get to lap 22, that'd be great. That's what I want to be, so we're going to try and hold on 2 more laps. Oof, big wobble there. I was pushing hard that lap because I'm on for a personal best. I'm still going very strong pace-wise, but that was a big wobble under traction. That might just give Raikkonen all the encouragement he needs. Get me around the outside. This time, unlike with Sebastian, we do hold on. I'm going to try and go on the outside, but Raikkonen keeps his car there. We are going to be on the back of him here. Kimi is going to have DRS, I think. Yes, he is. He's going to have DRS down towards turn 4, but we're holding on here. Look at this. Down the inside. Kimi leaves me the room. We're going to get the traction, and we're going to power past. And there we go. Job done. Decent stuff. Oh, crap. Lewis is coming. Right, okay, you know what? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to come in anyway and hope the mechanics are ready for me by then, because Lewis is quite a way up the road. So here we go into the pit lane. Get it all slowed down. There we go. Decent stop. Lewis is already long gone, so the mechanics should be ready, I hope. Here we go. Come on, boys. Okay, that's not too bad. I can take that. I can handle that. A 3.9. That's okay. And we didn't get held up as well, which is crucial. So no hold ups. So I can afford a little bit of time loss. That's going to give Kimi the chance to maybe undercut me, or should I say overcut me. But hopefully, if we have clean air, I can get up the speed quick and get some clean air. Maybe undercut him and stay in front. We've got Ocon here. As you can see, he was the guy that was actually... we only just passed before the pit stop phase, and we're still ahead of him. So there we go, clean air. Let's have a strong lap and try and push and keep our gap to Kimi on this out lap. So let's crack on with it. Tyres feel fantastic already, they really do. Purple middle sector, exactly what you want. And that's exactly what Doctor ordered. Now we're going to go to overtake, rich mix. Maximum power here to try and make sure we don't lose that much time. Raikkonen should be in the pit lane, along with a few others. Here we go, there he is, even the pit lane now. In towards turn 1, there's Kimi. It's going to be close. But I think he has actually managed to overcut me. I lost too much time in that phase. He's on soft tyres though, which is going to give me the advantage. As we set up purple sector 1. He's going to be on cold tyres, so let's crack on. Hopefully we can get onto the back of him this lap. Okay, I just managed to get within Kimi's DRS, which is good. So let's get to work. It should be a purple lap from me, if all things go well. There you go. Okay, I think we might just... Okay, yeah. Oh my god, that was close. So I was just holding my breath there. I didn't know what Kimi was doing, but another purple lap. This time we're very close. This should be it. Here we go in the toe of Kimi. We're going to pull to the right-hand side. Let's get this job done. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Back past Raikkonen, and we're into P5. We've got to get past Ericsson though on track. He's going to the end on those tyres, so we need to make sure we make the move on him. And we're also going to stay in rich mix.
For a new strategy option.
I'm not really interested, Jeff, but I'm going to stay in rich mix to try and open up a gap to Kimi, because see if I can shake off him being in my DRS if possible. Okay, here we are then on the back of Ericsson now. Raikkonen's picked up the pace and he's staying with me here. The problem with Ericsson is it's a Sauber. We know how fast the Saubers are on the straights and how much acceleration they get, so we're not going to get as good of a run this time round. However, maybe down towards turn 4 that could be the one. Track extension warning, but that's okay, I don't really mind. I had to do that to get the run. Have we got enough juice here to get past this Sauber? Oh, that's late, but it's a move nonetheless. Yellow flag behind Ericsson. I think he might have run wide, but what a dive and a half that was. Job done though. And we're P4. We are closing down on Leclerc here, but not really enough. I think P4 is going to be all she wrote. The thing here is Kimi's actually starting to put a lot of pressure on me now, and definitely feels like he's getting stronger and stronger as my super self start to fade. I'm trying to get more fuel back on target, as in I want to have enough to basically go rich mix to the end. So I reckon by the end of the next lap I should be okay to run rich basically permanently. So yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I keep the gap to Kimi. as we know, he struggles on the straight to really get close to me. So yeah, it's all about just trying to save this fuel really. Okay then, this is it. Into rich mix. We're going to go for one last big push. Try and break the 1 second barrier of Kimi here and try and push him back a little bit. 2 laps to go and across the line. Here we go. It's game time. Here we go then, through the final last brake zone. Lewis wins at Brazil. He manages to hold on to his lead and fend off Sebastian Vettel as my voice cracks. Leclerc's going to get P3 and we're going to come home in P4 ahead of Kimi Raikkonen, and a great race. A really, really good recovery drive. And the car working beautifully here at Interlagos, and by far the best race at this circuit. What a race. Right, so looking at the final race results, Lewis Hamilton wins at Interlagos, 2.6 clear of Sebastian Vettel. Charles Leclerc P3, even though he started from pole, only third place for him. Based off of his lap times and also seeing how his race went, I think he might have had front wing damage because the Sauber should have, in theory, been boss around this track. But Leclerc struggled for pace, so it leads me to believe he might have had some small front wing damage. We come home P5, and then Kimi Raikkonen actually comes home P6, not P5, because Sainz actually overtook him because Kimi had 2 3-second time penalties. So pretty decent stuff there for us as a team. And then we got obviously Max Verstappen P7, Marcus Ericsson P8, Gasly and Hulkenberg running off the points, and then we got Alonso, Ocon, Hartley, Van Dorn, Ricciardo, Stroll, Perez, Grosjean and Sorokin all missing out on the points, with Magnussen retiring and penalties for Ricciardo, Alonso, Hulkenberg and of course Kimi Raikkonen. But in terms of what that means for the championship, obviously they're both wrapped up and finished. However, for Lewis Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship, he can still mathematically get the runner-up position. He's 16 points behind Leclerc, so going into Abu Dhabi, he's going to need a little bit of a miracle / a little bit of good luck to try and get that second place. But he can realistically get third. He's 5 points behind Sebastian Vettel. And in terms of the constructors, you can see there's nothing really to play for, and there's big gaps between each team, and it's pretty much all done and dusted in this championship, to be honest with you. And yeah, that is going to be it for Brazil, guys. And now we're going to move into the laptop and get some upgrades to protect for Mercedes for next season. So let's get into it. Right, so here we are then on the monitor. We have 2,456 points to spend. So we are going to cover off some more upgrades and protect Mercedes. Now, before anyone says anything in the comments, I heard a few comments last time saying, why don't I buy the ultimate or the major upgrades? First of all, because they're going to be very expensive. And second of all, I don't want to exactly make Mercedes too strong for next season. I want to make them, competitive, but I don't want them to be too OP, so I'm going to go for the starter upgrades. So obviously so far we've got 2 on the engine, 2 on the chassis and 1 on the aero, so we're going to go for aero now. And once again we're going to go for 2 minor ones here to start things off, and we're going to leave that for now. Then we're going to go to the chassis. We'll do number 3 on here, we'll do then number 3 over on the engine, and then we still have 1,300 points left, so we'll do 1 more on each. So we'll go here for Mercedes, 1 more on the engine. Chassis again, we'll go 1 more. This time we'll go down the middle. And then we've got 600 points left, so we'll go for 2 on the aero. And that should be just enough. And there we go. I think that's not too bad. I think that's some okay part saving, all things considered, for Mercedes. A nice balance. And I think they can't complain too much about that. But we'll see what happens next season. And I'll be curious to see exactly where the pecking order really, truly lies. But all in all, guys, that is going to be it for this video and this episode of Career Mode. If you did enjoy it, then please do drop a like. And also, do get subscribed for daily Formula 1 content and turn on notifications to not miss a single upload from me. Finally, check out these 2 videos on your screen if you are new to the channel. And also, do get subscribed for daily Formula 1 content, like I said. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next episode very soon for the finale of Season 5. But until then, it's goodbye from me.